Great. Hey, everybody. Just thought we'd change it up a little bit today. I'm wearing one of my shirts. It's different than the gi that you see me normally wear, that is more the traditional Tai Chi or martial art um, clothing. But anyway, welcome. And first of all, let's give thanks to the Northbridge Community Television here for allowing us to gather once again. Um, Picking up traction. This is the third show that we've recorded, so we'd like to keep going. We'd like to hear from you. Let me know any thoughts. Let me know if you'd like to maybe be a guest or have an idea for a guest. I'd like to bring in maybe someone that does a yoga or a karate or a health coach, anything that I could relate to the benefits that they both have, and we could show a little bit about both of them and how it's going to just help the body and mind. So keep that in mind as you're going about your day when you're watching this. So, and again, now you can catch us on YouTube, northbridgetv.org, or find us on Facebook, or right here on your TV. Great. All right. So, what I'd like to do, and last week we got cut off. It was just, there's so much information that I'd like to give that it's thousands of years old, and I don't know everything there is to know about it, but what I do know, I like to share. So, we're going to, we got our little secret code here when I have 30 seconds to wrap it up. Last week we were talking, or I started talking about meditation. And again, with the meditation, don't always just have like one definition of it, or you think it's okay, you got to sit on a pillow and cross your legs, or do some sort of finger connection or whatever. But the basic, and again, I just like talking basic. And then the more, you can always find more information about it, or if you'd like, I could talk more about it. But really, the Tai Chi, one of the definitions, is a moving meditation. So I don't want to say that's more of an advanced part of meditation, but you do have to kind of get a few things down pat first before you kind of get to that stage where we talked about that. We talked about just learning things with a muscle memory, where you have to think about which hand is up and where's the weight on which foot, or when do I breathe, or how do I breathe. So all that, once you have that down, and I applaud you guys for learning it, then you can start to get more into that meditative state of the Tai Chi when you're doing the moves. So, and again, the let's talk about the health benefits of Tai Chi, the health benefits of meditation. What you're trying to do is you want to listen to your body. And that's probably advice that was given to me when, not just Tai Chi, but learning other exercises or stretches, things like that, where you want to just feel what's right for you. Okay? So, when we're going with the idea of the meditation, the basic idea is the move we call hug the tree. And again, don't get too hung up on the names. I've seen it. Yoga might call it something different, but basically, it's that idea of you're visualizing you're hugging a tree. So when we practice this in class, it's shoulders are relaxed, okay? Elbows are relaxed. Wrists are relaxed. Fingers are relaxed. But we're holding them up about heart level. Remember the heart chakra, or the power source right here, okay? And then we just start breathing, because what happens is the mind is already, and my mind's racing too. I have to get, again, center myself and get into that zone of not only teaching, but getting the benefits of the meditative moves that we do. So it's relaxed, fingers are almost touching, and give the mind something to do. So instead of it racing around with all these thoughts, I'm just going to think, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in. And you can make a little noise, all right? Use some sound therapy. And we talked about how we were breathing last time. We expand the lower. The diaphragm is dropped down and expanding out. And then we exhale. Squeeze in. Hold that squeeze. Take a good breath in the upper. And then just relax. And what you want to do is you could gaze, you want to pick something, and here's a good trick. If you're in a room with a wall in the ceiling, so you want to be like not looking straight up, but gazing at a distance, kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet, right there. So I'll do it with the top of the TV. So I'm just staring. And again, you want to build this up to where you can do it. I have a clock right here, 30 seconds. Get it up to a minute. Go for 3 minutes. Okay, so maybe I'll give you homework. Let's try for a 3-minute exercise of just hugging the tree, letting the mind just relax. Good. All right. So the other thing I want to talk about a little bit is, I guess I don't want to say the structure idea of what Tai Chi is, but just some of the basic rules. Because I remember I told you last week, the masters master the basics. So don't think that, you've done it for 2 or 3 weeks, or you've taken lessons and you've been doing it for 20 years. Those people, you know what I'm talking about. You get just as much enjoyment out of those original same move that you've been doing, because now you're at that deeper level. You're at that meditative, that moving meditation. So let's stand up and we'll have a little bit of a warm-up first. So let's do the warm-ups that we talked about. See my little buddy here I brought today? Okay. So, the ringing the temple bell. We talked about this one. And again, the idea is, remember to breathe, keep the knees slightly bent, and we're moving from the core. All right? The arms are getting a free ride. If you want to visualize, we're ringing the temple bell. You can do a little slap. We're getting the chi moving. The chi could be, again, definition, energy. The chi's in the blood. We're getting the blood moving. Getting the fascia loosened up. We'll just do more. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, just shake that out a little bit. And then we'll do that head to toe, where we just, again, listen to your body. If your doctor or chiropractor, anybody recommends that they don't want you doing this, don't do it. But everybody else, again, just a nice stretch, and you can open the arms out. Take a breath in. Drop the chin. And let's just go a couple to the sides. Front, side, front. Good. And again, it's not about how many you can do in a minute. It isn't a competition with the exercises. And the same thing, we'll do a shoulder roll, both directions, so pick one. And again, the first couple, don't try to overdo it. We're just kind of warming up, getting those fluids and everything. Now, maybe I can go a little bit more with it. And then I'll do a couple in reverse. I'll just reverse direction. Great. And then we went into the slow motion hula hoops. So again, it's to the side, the back, side, come up to the front. And just go again. When you're doing them at home, if this feels good, you want to do 9 of them, then do 9. Okay? Great. And when we go into the knees, same idea, not a lot of pressure on the knees. Just place them lightly, maybe a little bit above the, I can show you on my buddy here. Okay, and we're just kind of just circling. Okay, keep the head up. Remember to breathe. And just try them in the other direction a few. 3, 2, 1. And then we have our stool or table or a chair where we're just going to use it for balance. And we're just doing some ankle rolls. Right there, perfect. See, I was on the X. And just roll it around both directions. And then when you want to switch sides, same idea. We're just rotating in the other direction. And again, don't worry about if you need a stool or whatever to balance. But I don't want to say the goal is to be able to take your foot off the ground and do it, but you want to get to that point because again, it's only going to improve you or improve your balance, okay, when you can do both. Or just hold, just, lightly, it's there just for, okay, great. All right, so the other thing I want to talk about, here we go. The immune system. Your body was really designed to take care of itself, to heal itself as much as possible, okay? The idea is the right amount of sleep, putting good food in, exercise, and that drops a lot down into the breathing or walking, whatever, all the different types of exercise you can do. But right now, stay hydrated. So that's my thing. I'm drinking a nice herbal tea that I got from Herbs Make Sense from Terry. She's right down the street, a local business, family run. So thanks for making this special batch for me. Good. All right. So when we talked about boosting the immune system, I think I mentioned that maybe my first show or when I was on with the senior center, we talked about it. We had Harry get up and we were showing some moves like that. But the idea is that, again, movement is medication, is another saying. So if we're going to get up and we can do a little bit of movement, and this one was called the 500 claps. So we say this old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. The saying that they have is 500 claps. And what they consider a clap is more of a tapping. And again, that's another whole realm. There's a tapping course that you could take that really gets deep into it. But what we're going to do is just cup because there's an energy point right here we talked about. And we're going to, just the way the meridians flow and the energy flows, we go up the outside of the arm. And then we go down the inside of the arm. So again, when you're consistent with this, you build up where you can. And again, I've seen the football players or whatever, they built up. Now, if you want to do it lightly or brush. But you're just getting the energy flowing. And again, you want to do both sides. So it's up the outside and it's down the inside of the arm. I'm not karate chopping, I'm cupping. So it's up and then down. And I'm incorporating the breathing as well. And down. And again, we can use our prop right here. Put your foot up. Oh, let me use the table. Okay, so it's down the outside. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the camera. And up the inside. So again, down the outside. And the reason I'm using this because I want to get to the ankle. And I showed you this last time, sitting down. I don't want to disturb him here. But if you're sitting down, this is something you could still do, where you go down the outside and come up the inside. Or the other variation is standing. You can come down both sides, down to the ankle, and come up the inside of the leg. And then we switch over to the back, sort of where the kidneys are, and we just lightly drum. So again, you're not pounding on the kidneys. That's not what the goal is here. It's just to kind of wake up the chi. And then waking it up right here. And you can do this if you like doing this a lot. Keep doing it. Get the sides. Work your way right up to the clavicles. Again, these are acupressure points that we use. With a nice breath in, breath out. Bring it around the base of the spine. And up and around the head a few times. Right here under the eyes. Under the nose. On the chin. And then we support the elbow and get the arm behind us. And we give ourselves a couple of good pat on the backs. And we shoot the arm up. And come right down. All the way down the side. Up. And this is a great thing to do in the morning. Fingertips, again, energy points right here happening. And then we can do our karate chops right here on the side. And wrists. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. Very good. All right, so the idea is it just helps you heal, helps you just visualize maybe, or just be more clear. People ask me the feeling that you get. It's hard to explain, but the idea is if you could slow time down and still be able to know everything around you and be able to handle that situation where you're not as startled, or if you were if again winter's coming, you guys keep it up, be consistent, because it happened to me with a slip and a knot fall. We were just walking, and again the black ice, and it happens, and I'm not saying I didn't fall because of Tai Chi, but I think I was able to just control the situation. It didn't happen as quick as probably it really did in my mind. It's just I had plenty of time to react when the bottom went out, and I was able to stay grounded and continue walking without it affecting anything. So let's talk a little bit about, let's go into Tai Chi Walking. It's a great exercise. I don't know how much the camera, I'll stand back a little bit further so you can see a few steps. Where we just want to step out with the heel first. So the heel is going to land first. And then the weight's going to shift. The foot's going to be flat. And then we're going to grip with those toes. As the weight shifts, bottom leg comes up with the back leg. So it's heel toe. Bring them together and stop. And then the other foot goes out. Heel toe. Bring them together and stop. So we can go backwards. Whether it's toe heel. Bring them together and stop. Other foot. Toe heel. Bring them together and stop. Let's do one more. Toe heel. Bring them together and stop. And if you notice, and I talked about this, I was doing that little point and flick. The index finger, if you're able to just, like you were going to turn a light switch on, that little boom. And we can over exaggerate when we're in class, but you could just be standing here and there, I just did it 4 or 5 times without it really showing. But what that does, it resets the nervous system just to keep things simple. So it's a nice way to kind of ground. So if you were going to, in other words, climb up a ladder or change one of these light bulbs, I would, and then climb the ladder. It's just a nice way to, again, lack of better words, slow things down so you can see things more clearer and have time to react or just whatever, react about something positive. All right, it's just, now go to the door and opening and, hey, come on in for Thanksgiving, okay? So again, that's a nice, try that. Just boom, 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 and just see if you don't feel better. It does something to you, okay? The other one, let's do this one. And remember we called it a freedom fist? So what we want to do is we want to make our fists, but now we want to have a thought, and we want it to be maybe like a negative thought, something that's bugging you. Maybe the thought is just that pain in your shoulder, or that neighbor that didn't take in his barrel again this week, or whatever. It's just whatever that negative thought is. Just squeeze, take a breath in, and then let that thought go. So it just goes. Now you can do it as a thought, something that's bugging you, let it go. Or you can do it as a full body sort of release, where we're talking about the immune system and trying to boost it a little bit. So I'm just thinking about just squeezing in right now and having that full body cleanse. And everything's just released. Now we want to kind of recharge and fill it up with good energy. So again, the palms are facing out, and we reach out. So get a nice stretch, like as much as you can, without assistance, like that. Breath in and just drop. So bring it up, expand, receive. Good. All right, I wanted to show you that one. Again, these are great little exercises that you have time to do. Make time to do it. Okay, everybody has 24 hours in a day, so set your alarm for a little bit. If you got to get up at 5, set it for 4:45. So when you get up, do that nice little head to toe stretch. Loosen up a little bit. Again, we're not trying to make giant advances here. We're just waking up, getting the knees going, getting the elbows, all that good stuff. And then maybe do the 500 claps. And that, it won't take you 15 minutes. But the more consistent you do it, you'll be like, oh, now I'm going to do that, a little bit of that Tai Chi Walking he talked about. Or we can do some of that freedom fist, that negative thought, let it go. And receive good thoughts, place them into the body, and relax. So again, a couple of good tips to start the day. The other thing, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk Qigong. Qigong is older than Tai Chi. It's called the grandfather of Tai Chi, where it's exercises. There isn't really too much of a martial art application to them. But they studied nature, they studied animals, and just, again, let's compare yoga. What is the downward dog and the different names that they have, where they saw how animals stretched. And hey, it works for humans too. So let's do a little bit of the Qigong that I've showed you before. And I'll show it again because, again, we are all students. I'm not a teacher per se, where I want you guys to learn it for you. So when I'm, again, always taking a workshop, going on YouTube, following, I find the ones that I like and I follow their videos. And believe me, I'm writing down notes, I'm hitting stop, I'm rewinding, watching the whole thing again and again, because I just couldn't get it. And then finally I got it, where it was, oh yeah, that was the move, and then I couldn't figure it out. But so stick with it, and this is the Qigong. It's the 3 moves, and we do them 3 times. So we get into, well, let's start off, remember the mountain pose? And then we make the right foot the heavy foot, and we step out with the left, and we just adjust into the horse stance, which is knees are slightly bent, the arms are out to the side, they're not in tight like that, and we have that elongated, I love that word, elongate the spine. We visualize that golden thread with the anchor tied to the tailbone. Take a nice breath, the palms are facing down, and we gather that energy, we bring it up, over the head, see how the hands turn, and then we push down through. If you want to think of a French press, and I'm finding those little spots that are tough to, yeah. So now when I bring the energy up, we're going about to heart, and then it's that second rinse. Ah, that went a little bit smoother. So now when we bring that energy up, we're in a nice clean vessel, nice to have energy, and it's nice to give it away. Then we just reload and down. That's the one. Here comes the second set, so arms are up. Hands turn. I'm just dropping so you can see it. Down. And that went a little bit smoother. And then we bring it up into the heart and push down. Gather up. Give away. Bring it in to reload and down. Last one. Energy up. Hands turn, palms facing, and just dropping that energy down. Up to the heart. Now we're going to make a nice big protective bubble. Bring that energy up and visualize that wrapping around. So we got a nice protective bubble all around us. And tiger returns to the mountain. We just gather back in. Good. All right. Let me show you this one right here. It's called The Leaf Blows in the Wind. And I'm keeping an eye on the time. So we want to just reach up. Breath in. Shifting, turning. And then the palm faces out. There's my shift the weight, turn the body, hand down, reload, and palm facing in. So this is a tough one to learn, but I want to show you a new one today. So up, come over, palm facing out, so you lead with the elbow, down. And again, you always want to feel that little resistance the whole way. So I'm feeling that elbow's pushing like you're in jello maybe, and I'm trying to push. So let's try the other side. So hand reaches up. There's my shifting, turning. Follow through. Okay, we got through this week with my 30-second wrap up. Great. All right, let me read this real quick. This is from a friend of mine. And it is, you are the only one who can get inside your head and fill it with confidence. Until you accept yourself for who you are, you will not feel confident. How's that? And I guess we're going to just wrap it up with thank you for watching. Watch the replay. Shoot me an email, send me a text, let me know if you have any questions, or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or send me a name of somebody that would like to come on, and we can talk about the benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong, along with any other type of modality that's good for the body and mind. So, until next week,